Hi, everyone. Today we're starting again for the advanced mat class. So if you're on a roller or stretching, put that aside. And you can begin by sitting up and then rolling yourself down into your upper ab curl. We're going to begin with footwork today. So we curl the tail up, we roll back. You're going to get your tip of your blades down, fold the legs in, the knees are apart, the heels are together. Hands support the back of the skull. We pull the head up and then reach the legs out on a long diagonal and exhale, frog in. So the leg position is variable. If you're starting cold, you haven't warmed up, you take the legs high. And then as you warm up, you can take the legs lower. So you want to reach, stretch, squeeze the inner sides of the legs together so the inner thighs work towards each other and they're still aware of each other on the return. Mainly that's because of the connection of the heels pressing right to left and left to right. Then we'll bring the legs parallel, soft point, and you stretch the legs out and you pull them back in. So here, think about the feet wrapping around a tennis ball under each arch and try to suck that ball up through the feet, into the legs, into the hip joints. The legs again are pressing tight and you're using the hands here to pull the head up. Elbows can be forward and down a little bit. So you really wrap into the upper abdominals here under the chest. Legs work like pistons, moving, stretching out, and then coming right back in. You don't linger in either position. Though to work harder, you can slow down the movement when you practice. And now flex the feet and reach out through the heels. You push away, you drag them back in. Watch it when the legs come in that you don't fall backwards. And watch it when the legs go out, you don't arch your spine. If your body starts to tire, take the legs higher. As you start to warm up again, you can go lower with the legs. You're looking for that place that's challenging but doesn't drop you into any bad form. Your hands, meanwhile, are pulling the back of the skull up, forward, and down. The arms may be working here as well. And then one more, reach out, pull back. Now take the legs up higher. We inhale to point the feet, exhale to flex. Heel ball toe and toe ball heel. Your gaze, as always, fixed down on the navel, not looking up at your feet. Try to really articulate through each foot. Get a stretch in the calf as you pull the heels high. And one more, we end with the point. You circle the arms around and go into hundreds, pumping, inhaling and exhaling. Breathing here, staying up in that upper ab curl, looking down into the navel. You'll watch the whole abdominal wall expand on the inhale. And then exhale and sink down, press everything into your central axis. You'd like to feel that your waist is pushing into the ground, even as you're up high with the head and the upper chest. Hopefully you're feeling some abdominal work here. If you're not, you can get more lower abdominals by taking the legs further out and down. Just watch it doesn't get into your back. We're going to go for 2 more breaths. Full breath in, exhale, a long breath out, and one more here. And then you can lower yourself down, bend the knees, stretch them forward, and the arms go up and back. Roll up. So anchor the blades, stretch the arms behind you, bring the arms up, lift the head, neck, and shoulders. Exhale, coming over, diving over, wrapping your front of your body over the legs, and then you pull the legs forward like someone's pulling your heels away from you. Roll your spine down a little bit at a time. You have control all the way down. Stretch the arms back, reach long. And then we lift again, coming up here. Exhale before you need it. Diving over. The arms lower makes it easier. The arms higher makes it more difficult. Figure out where you need to be today. Release your body down. You're opening the hips as you lay all the way back. And then get a stretch in your lats. Lift up again. Exhale, lift, pull forward. The head pulls the spine. Diving over. Like imaginary arms sucking your waist back as you go forward with the head, with the shoulders, and back again. We'll do one last one. Let the head lead you up, over in an arc. You're looking down, you're reaching out through your halo towards your feet. Feet ideally would be flexed here with the pinky edges pulled back. Stretch out your spine and then bring it back down. Last time, and we'll transition into the rollover. So the arms go back, you stretch the front of your body and you circle the arms around to your side And here we lift the legs. You can pull them in, extend them up. So soft point, legs together, push the arms, go up and over, bring your legs as close to parallel to the ground as you can. Open the legs 4 inches, flex the feet, and then roll it out. Try to think of your heels being pulled back even as your tail moves forward. Take the legs forward to your working level, close the thighs, soft point, and we go up and over again. Reach over here, open, flex, and down. If this is new to you, you can always practice this with a roller or yoga block under your hips. It's easier to elevate the hips when you first learn this exercise. Close again, match up your feet, point, over you go. You want to think about the legs being as low as possible to get more stretch in the back line. Flex, open, and release it down. We'll take the legs forward, close them, point the feet, open them, and go over. This is different because even though the feet are still pointed, now the legs are apart on the way over, and they're closed and flexed on the way down. The closer you keep the legs to your torso, the more stretch you feel in the back of your body. Reach out, point, open, lift again. This is 2 out of the 3 we're doing like this. Close, flex, and bring it on down. Your gaze is up and back. You're reaching out through your halo as your spine moves away from your head, your neck, your shoulders. And then open, last one, going up and over, push into the arms. You balance here on the shoulders, you're not on the neck. Close, flex, and down you go. When the legs reach to the ceiling, leave the right leg up and take the left leg down. The left foot lowering has a flexed foot, and the right one's at a point. Scoot back. And for tree, we're going to lower that leg just a little bit on a diagonal. Coming up, look down your midline, left hand to the back of the right thigh, walk up your leg, come up and sit upright, sit nice and tall, easy shoulders. And then look down, curve your waist back, roll your spine down. You're doing a roll down with one leg up in the air and the other stretching forward along the mat. Lengthen the arms at your side, coming up again. Opposite hand first. That helps you keep that center. As you come up, the shoulders fall. You try to pick your halo up and your heart up here. Be sure you're getting a stretch in the back of your leg, and then you release down. Your spine takes you down, and the arms follow you to the floor. Lengthen the arms at your side. And let's come up one last time. And now that we're up, lift your rib cage off your pelvis, bend the elbows wide, pick the leg up, and then reach it away. Shoulders should be relaxed. We want the spine as vertical as possible. And then after the third one, you can walk down. If you want, you can release the hands and lengthen them forward. Reach out through the fingertips towards that foot, and then bring your body down. Now we lift the leg, and we're doing the advanced single leg circles. This means that the hip lifts. So you take the right leg across the body, pick up the hip, waist, and ribs, but not the shoulder blade. Circle low, out to the side. Left side stays grounded. Don't let that drift. And then we peel off the right hip, follows the foot out, around, and over. So there's a spiraling action that's happening through the lower part of the torso. The shoulder blade, so the shoulder girdle, stays in control on the ground. And we reach again, short inhale. And a long exhale. You want to exhale all the way to the top of the circle. Let's do one more in this direction. Reach. The body stays as long as possible to hold yourself tight. Now reverse. Out to the side, the left hip is still grounded. We take the right leg across and now spiral off the ground. The right side is fluid and mobile. The left side is grounded, stable, and strong. We're going to pull that leg over again. Feel that diagonal line lifting across your torso and back down onto the ground. You reach and then come all the way around, get the stretch in the hamstring at the top. Let's do one more. Hip follows the foot, then the foot follows the hip. When the leg is up in the air, scissors, switch your legs. The right leg now, the foot is flexed, and you lower the left foot to your working level. We're coming up, looking to the inside of the leg, right hand to the back of the left thigh, tree again on the other side. Coming all the way up. Chest widens here, lifts up, and then look down and you roll your spine back. Your hand pushes out into the leg pushes out into the hand. At the end, the arms press long down the mat. Lifting again. And coming up, growing taller each time. And then back you go. Notice we're not letting the leg move here. We're trying to keep that lifted leg in the same angle the whole time you're either going up or down it. Last one to come up here. And then sit tall again. Now bend the elbows, pick up the leg, stretch it, and release it back. So we're allowing the femur head to drop deep into the socket. And we're really working for the hamstring stretch as the leg rises each time. Release the leg, keep it high, stretch the arms out, collarbones wide. That way the shoulders are resting on your rib cage and the back of your body. They're not hiked up. You go all the way down. We lift the leg. I'm scooting over for more space. And we'll circle. You bring the leg over, pick up the hip, waist, and ribs, and then circle around. Hold the right side stable as you circle the leg away from it. And then you reach again. The left side is flowing off the ground and then back onto it. The right side of the body now stays in control. It's like it's glued to the mat here. Reach and stretch. Circle, keep lengthening out through the foot, out through the fingertips. One more. Come around to the top. Stop, pause, and reverse. Out to the side and exhale over. Spiral off the ground, spiral onto it. You can feel you lift left hip, waist, and then come back down, waist and left hip. The body just flows with the movement and position of your left leg. And last one, let's come up to the ceiling. And then you can fold that knee in, hug it in, and we'll roll forward and up for rolling like a ball. Coming on up, sit near the front third of your mat. And you pull the legs in, hold onto your shins, look down at your belly. Inhale, we lift the tail to roll only to the shoulder blades, not the neck or the head. And exhale, coming up. Elbows are wide. You want to have the blades wide on your back so the ribs and the spine can sink back through them, creating a curve in your back like your body was a tire. We're going to inhale and inflate the back and roll. Exhale deeply to come up as if you're going to pull your head between your knees. Go back one more time and exhale forward. And then we're going back into the ab series, right leg in and left leg forward. Stretch the left leg long as you pull the other one in tight. Inhale, let's switch. Shin pushes up into the hand and then switch again. Hands press down into the leg. You can pull that leg in as tight as you can and then shoot it out as long as possible. The legs slide forward and back right out of the socket. We're going to end here with the left leg pulling in, then bring the right leg to meet it, one hand to each shin. Legs are glued together. Think you could eventually take the toes down to the mat, slide them out, scoop them up, and then hug the legs into your body. Or you could just take the legs out and the arms out in the opposite direction and then embrace. So whichever variation you choose, feel the energy through your fingertips flowing continuously. The energy through the feet do the same thing. As if you were taking up more space than your body actually does in the air around you. And scissors, right leg up and left leg down. And we scissor switch. Your hands go up as high on the leg as possible. Soft point through your feet. Not an overly pointed foot because we don't want to cramp out the foot or the leg. You're still looking down at your midline. As you work here, the arms stay straight and you pull the leg up into your hands. Only bend the knee if you need to. We'll end with the left leg up. Bring the right leg to meet it. Wrap your hands behind the back of your skull. Pull the head up and the elbows down and in. Double leg, lower lift. Both legs reach out and then exhale and you lift them here. You push them away and exhale and you find the belly deepening as the legs lift. The belly supports you, but the psoas does the work of lowering the legs and then dragging them up. One more like this. And we lift and we twist to the right. Right knee in, lift out. Come up and towards the inner knee with the armpit. Going from one side to the other. Inhale to one side. Exhale to the other side. Think of the opposite hip being heavy so you're grounded through your opposite hip. One last time. Pull everything in. Lay down, knees into your chest. And then we'll roll forward and up right into spine stretch. So as you come up, you open the legs and you'll bring the arms up by your ears. I do a non-traditional version where you look up and you do an upper back extension, like a seated swan, and then come forward and then look down, palms down, The head leads you out. So the shoulders aren't hunching. They're not driving up by your ears. There's still a nice long neck. And then press to the ground as you rise. The lower part of the body stays vertical and the upper back slides backwards, opening the chest, lifting the heart up to the sky above us. And then you look forward, neutral spine, look down, exhale all the way over and down, curve the back around the front of the body, dive the head down low. And again, push down as you lift. Coming up. If you're having trouble sitting vertically, you should be sitting on a block, a book, a blanket, something to elevate the hips. Last one. Take it over and down, hold onto your legs, your feet, whatever you can reach. And then we're sliding our hips forward to the heels for open leg balance. Now, most advanced, the arms are inside the legs here, and you lift the feet up, balancing on your sacrum. Both legs go up at the same time. So you stretch, the legs should be narrow, the width of your shoulders, and then folding the knees out to the outside of the arms, pull the heel connection into your tail. Inhale, reach again. And exhale and back. Ideally, you're looking down into your navel so that your neck also continues the curve of your spine. The next one we do, we're going to take the legs up and leave them there. Look at your abs, and then we roll back. Lift the tail to start the movement. You go back, and then exhale and come up to your balance point. The hands may have slid a little bit more to the outside of the calves here. That's fine. Arms and legs try to stay straight. And you also try to roll in a straight line down the mat and then back up it. One more like this. Coming back up, close the legs together. Either take your hands down your legs or release the arms and pull the spine to the ground. Advanced corkscrew. We're going to jackknife up through center. So you bring the legs overhead and then up to the ceiling. Now for this one, we worked on it last time. So remember, you tilt your hips to the right and you go down. The spine is still centered over the midline of the mat. The body's on a diagonal as you lower the hips down. Once the right hip touches, you circle the leg to the right, forward to the left, pull it almost all the way back in, and then come up, the hips on a diagonal. At the top, you square everything off. The feet are right over your third eye. Then we go down on the left side. So tip your body like the left side had all the ballast in the boot, dropping the left side down before the right side. When the hips are down, then you circle the leg out to the left, forward, around to the right, drag it all the way in, start pushing through the arms, pull the hips up, square them off at the top, legs over your third eye. And now we tip the pelvis again, going down on the right side of the body. So the torso is on a diagonal, but the spine is still centered. Go down and the legs circle right, forward left, pull almost all the way in, coming up, lift the feet here. And we're going to do just one more time, going down the left and up on the right. Since we started going up on the right, we're going to end going up on the right. Get a little circle there going through the hips and then lift the legs up. Now we go right down center like jackknife. So you come all the way down, work against gravity. And then we come up, opening the legs and open the arms for saw. There's another place where you might want to elevate your hips up if you can't sit vertically. Inhale, grow taller, exhale, rotate to the right, and then dive over, stretch the arms away from each other, reach long through your fingertips. Coming upright, center here, and then we spin to the left and dive over and stretch, opening the chest here to the ceiling, reach high. Coming up, center again, spiral and dive. Like you're shooting flames out of every single fingertip. Shoot them across the room and keep that energy, that length going through your arms. Don't forget, just because you're bending forward doesn't mean the arms are just a secondary thought. We'll come up again, once more to your left. Press the right hip into the ground. Reach away from it. Pull it up, center, legs together, arms at your side, flip over onto your stomach for swan. All right, hands by your armpits, legs are long, it could be slightly apart, head floats off the ground. Now pull the elbows back, pull the chest forward, lift your heart up, and then bring yourself down, looking down towards the floor. And again, go forward so the abdominal wall gets pulled taut. That helps protect you because you're Transverse abdominis will knit in as the rectus is lengthening. One more, expand the chest, and then release. We can catch and release. The hands press down, you throw the legs up in the air, rocking swan, and then lower. Sit back into child's pose, stretch the arms, stretch your back, drop your head, curve your spine, and then we slide forward onto the elbows for single leg kick. Press down through your forearms, lift your chest, look up. You're not collapsed into your arms, you're pushing the ground away. Right heel kicks in twice, 1, 2, and down, then the left, pulse 1, 2, and down, now the right. Every time you beat the leg in, it's a little slight pulse here at the top. We're stretching out the quad and the hip flexor with every pulse. Eyes are up. Try to really keep lifting the chest so that you feel that stretch in the abs. Like you're trying to pull the navel away from the pubic bone while that stays rounded. Last time to the left. Lay yourself down, turn your head to the right. You overlap the hands at the upper back, drop the elbows, stretch the legs. Inhale, you lengthen the whole body. As you exhale, 3 beats with both legs. Pulse 1, 2, 3. Push the feet into the ground, reach the arms back, lift the chest. Going down, turn your head to the left, elbows fall. And again, pulsing 1, 2, 3. Interlock the thumbs if you can. Reach up, reach back, and then bring it to the ground, turning to the right. Pulse the air out of your lungs. The body is heavy on the ground, so it doesn't bounce. And then you reach away, last one down, and pulsing here. We end with the lift. Bring the hands around the spine, curve it. Slide back into your child's pose. Then stack your spine bottom to top. Flip around. Face your feet. Neck pull. Legs are apart, hands up by your head. Pull the skull up, lengthening the waist. Tip back in a plank. Then we tuck and roll it down. The elbows can move forward as you go down to the ground. Lay your head down to come up. If you can manage it with your hands here, that's excellent. If you need the fist to the hand, do that. You lift the head, neck, and shoulders, squeeze in, dive forward, rounding over yourself. Pull the neck long, not down, to feel that stretch in your spine, and then articulate up. Coming all the way up here, and then you lean it back, tuck and roll it out. Try not to fall through any part of your spine. And then we lift again. Switch your hand, push down. As soon as you can, hands pull the neck up and then over. Take that dive, reach forward, stretch out your spine, and then lift to come up. And we'll do it again. Rolling back, tip back. Now tuck, upright curl. Place your spine gently, 1 inch, 1 vertebra at a time. And last time to come up here. Diving it forward. Reach out, bow low. And then roll it up. This is the last time we go down. So we lean back here, tuck, and roll out your spine to the bottom. From here, we're going to go into the advanced scissors and bicycle. This is a variation on our jackknife. So you pull the legs in, you lift the legs up, and then you jackknife up, push off the ground. Once you're up, balance on your shoulders. Do not turn your head to the side, but you'll bend at the elbows and take your hands to support your glutes. The heel of the hand should be into the pelvic girdle, right? So you feel that bony support on the heel of your hand. Now, we're going to try to take the right leg forward and reach it out and away from you, lifting the other leg up in the air, and then bring the right leg up to meet the left one. And then you leave the right leg up and the left leg is forward. They're still reaching up through the top foot and up through the hip bone crest. You will feel more weight into your arms, but you're trying to keep the lift of your feet so it isn't too much weight. And then bring it up. Now, normally when you first learn this, the right leg will come back as the left leg goes forward because you need that for the counterbalance. And that's considered a normal variation at the beginning of your practice for the advanced work. Right, so if I let the left leg fall back as the right one is reaching out, I get a wider split, but I'm also not getting the same control of lifting the legs up and holding one in the air while the other one goes away, and I'm focused on the hip extension. With this exercise, it's also really common for people to let the leg widen out to the side as you lower because of tightness across the IT band. So try to keep the legs in parallel and together. And now we're coming into the bicycle. So you're reaching up with both feet, the right leg goes forward, out and away. Bend the knee, pull it in as the left one reaches out. Try to really stretch for the ceiling and to the wall in front of you and then to the floor. You'll feel like your body wants to tip over, but don't let it. And then when you're ready, reverse and back pedal. Just breathe through it. And then we lift both legs up. For the advanced dismount, the hands come around so the fingers point towards the navel. You take one leg down, foot to the ground, then the other one is down. The hips are elevated on your hands. Extend your left leg forward, point the foot, kick it up, flex and bring it down, point to lift and flex to lower, point up and flex down. Oops, fell out of it. And then let's do the other side. So it's all right if you're out of that upper back extension and you can't get your hands underneath you, just have your arms at your side. So now we take the right leg, point, lift and flex out, point up and bring it down. When we're up and flex down, slide the leg under, lift your hips, extend the arms at your side, roll to the inner arms and roll the spine all the way down, curve your way into the ground, release the tail at the end. And then we lift to come up again, rocking through the pelvis, coming up, push through your hips, up to the ceiling, your feet down into the floor, and then roll out of it here. All the way down. And we're going up for the second set of kicks. Rock the pelvis, pull the hips up in the air, and we slide the right leg forward, flex the foot and kick it high, point the foot and take it down. Flex to kick it, point to stretch it. When we're flexing up and point, take it down, slide the leg under, elevate your hips and extend the left. Flex to kick it up, point, stretch it away. Flex, lift, point down. The lifting up through that leg helps to elevate your hips and keep them there. Press your feet back underneath you. Lift the pelvis, square it off. Roll to the inner arms and come all the way down here. Roll your spine to the mat. And we're lifting to come up now into spine twist, coming up to sitting. Legs together, arms outstretched, hands slightly in front of the collarbones. Push down with the arms and we rotate to the right. Pulsing 1, 2, 3, lift to center and then to the left. Twist and reach around. 3 pulses and back to center again. Your gaze goes back to your back fingertips. Shoot them long. Hips stay level. You're trying to hold the feet in position. So the legs together, feet flexed. Imagine they're up against a wall and then don't let them shift. It should look like the legs are the same length no matter where you are in this movement. And one more to the left. Back to center and lower the arms down. And we get to do jackknife, another one, right? So you can roll your spine down, take it to the mat, arms at your side, bend your knees into your chest, extend the legs up to the ceiling. And we push through the arms, you jackknife up and then lift your feet as high to the ceiling as you can. And now we roll the spine down. Keep looking up and back. You're trying to keep some length in the front of the neck. So the throat is elongated. Your eyes are up and back. The legs reach out to your working level, which means you feel the work, but you don't overwork. And then you come up again, you push through it. You lift the hips high. And again, this might be a place where you choose to elevate your hips for this exercise while you're working into your full strength on this particular type of movement. One more. Going all the way up, the feet stretch high here. And then down you go. So push down with your arms to help you find resistance on the way to the ground. And then we'll lower the legs all the way to the floor and turn over to face the screen for side kicks. Prop your head up. And you can pull that bottom elbow in a little bit, feel that work. The legs should be the same length, reach the top leg long. And here, easier to take your hand to the ground, more difficult, both hands behind the base of your skull. So we pick the top leg up, bottom leg presses into the ground, flexing that foot. Inhale to sweep it forward, pulse 1, pulse 2, point the foot, take it back, and reach and pulse 1 and 2. Flex to bring it forward, double beat. Point to take it back, you pull the head away as you stretch long through your leg. Keep that bottom leg pushing into the ground to help you stabilize. And use a lot of glute as the leg goes behind you. Come back to center. We rotate the leg as we lower. Point the foot to kick it high, flex the foot to bring it down. Keep pulling the head away from the shoulders and vice versa, shoulders away from the head. Point to lift, flex, and press it down. Now reverse. Flexing up, point to stretch it down. Flex and lift, point, and push it away. One more. Going up. When we close, we développé. You bend the knee, you slide the leg in, knee to the armpit, foot to the sky, flex, and reach it away. And then pull it in, glide it along the bottom leg, extend it up, flex, and press. One more, doing your best to keep the hips stacked while you do this. It's hard if you don't have a lot of rotation in the hip. Now reverse, flex the foot, lift up, point, bend, skate it down the bottom leg, really shoot it out, and you lift it there, point, bend, and exhale, pull the head away, feel that you're lengthening the abdominal wall. Lift one more time, point, bend, and exhale all the way low for rond de jambe. Press into your bottom leg. We're going to bring that leg forward, up, back, around, and through center. Short inhale and a long exhale as the leg sweeps in a circle. Try not to lean your body away from the movement of your leg. We complete the circle and reverse. So take the leg back, lift it, bring it forward and around. And again, reach back here, pull the leg forward, around, and through center again. One more. Everything that touches the mat is helping you stay there. Now this next one, advanced bicycle, you would take the top arm forward and the top arm back. Sorry, top arm forward, top leg back. Swing the leg forward to your hand, bring your hand to your leg. Feel the stretch in the back of your leg. Fold the knee into your chest, pull it tight. Hand goes to the shin or the foot and you swing it back. Because it's on my foot now. The heel is right to the sits bone and the knee reaches back. We're looking for a big quad and hip opening stretch. Then release the arm and the leg on the diagonal where we started. And we do that again. So the bottom leg has to ground you. You pull that top leg forward, reach for it with your hand. You want to feel the hamstring stretch. Fold the knee into your chest, pull it in tight. Hand to the foot. Swing the leg back. The heel to the butt if you can, closing the calf on the hamstring. And then release the arm and the leg again, reach long. We'll do that once more. Bring the leg forward, stretch here. Fold the knee in tight, swing the leg back, opening here, and then release arm and leg. Now we reverse. The arm goes up in an arc. You bend the knee. Try to keep the knee low. Push the knee back to feel the quad stretch. Pull the knee into your chest. Hug it tight. We're compressing before we release it forward to lengthen the hamstring. And then sweep the arm and the leg out on a diagonal. Again, up with the arm. Bend the knee behind you. Bring the heel to your sits bone. Push the knee back. Now pull the knee forward and into your chest, hug it in, extend the leg out, really stretch it, and then swing it behind you. The arm comes forward as a counterweight. One more, lift the arm, the shoulder stays down, and you're folding the knee immediately. Heel to butt here, pull the knee forward and in, embrace it in, extend it forward, trying to keep that leg the same height from the ground the whole time. Stretch the arm out, and figure four. We're going to pick that leg up, pull the heel down in front of the other thigh, wrap the hand around the ankle. Bottom leg goes up and then down. We're going to lift from the inner thigh and then lower it down again. One more to go up and lower it with control. Now lift it, hold it up, and we circle around and up 1 and 2 and 3. Bring it up, reverse, circling 1 and 2 and 3. Lift and then lower it down. Extend your top leg on the bottom one. Extend your arm out. Again, your hand can be in front, a little easier. More difficult, arms overhead. And then pick up your top leg, pull the bottom leg up, and then the bottom leg down. Bottom leg lifts to the top one and lowers. Lift again and bring it down. Now the bottom leg comes up, you hold them, and then both legs go down. We're using the bottom leg to push the top one out of the way and then bring it to the ground. Do that again. And exhale to lower. Now lift the legs and do little walks. And then big swings of your legs. Pull them back together. The bottom one lifts the top one, and then you lower them down onto your stomach now for Grasshopper. So overlap the hands, rest your forehead on your hands, legs and turn out. We lift the legs from the glutes and we clap. Tiny little taps here, moving the legs apart and together. Breathing deeply through this. Really be sure your quads are working so your knees are straight. One more breath. Lower the legs down. Child's pose, hands at your side. Come up, sink back. Stretch out your spine. Stretch your lat here by kind of dragging the body away from the heel of the hand. And then articulate up. We're going to turn around, other side. So you can prop yourself up on your elbow. Think of your head, shoulder, tail, all in line. The legs move forward on maybe a 30-degree diagonal. And then we're going to either have the hand in front or behind your head, behind the base of the skull. Pick up your top leg, flexing the foot. Inhale, we slide it forward, pulse 1, 2. Point, take it back, and pulse 1, 2. Try to hold your body steady against the movement of your leg and the weight of your leg and the tightness maybe of your hip. And one more here. The foot stays the same height from the ground no matter where it is in space. Come back to center, lower the leg. We rotate and point to lift it up and flex to pull it down. Point to go up and flex to lower, still an external rotation. Lift once more and all the way down. Reverse the foot. Flex high, point and stretch it out. Drag it up to the ceiling, push it away from you. Flex to rise and point to fall. And then développé, bend the knee, slide it in. Pick the leg up, flex, and reach it away. So you bend the knee, you pull the knee into the armpit, you lift the foot to the ceiling, you flex, and the straight leg goes down. One more. Working through all the muscles, all the joints. Reverse, flex foot, point, bend the knee, slide the foot down, reach it long, flex at the end to lift the leg up, point the foot, then you bend the knee, you tap the foot to the leg, and you skate it out. Once more, going up, point, bend, exhale, and all the way forward. For rond de jambe, your big circles. Inhale forward, exhale up, around, back and through center. And again, reach, circle around. Pull the body into length, and that will help you stabilize. Let's reverse. Take the leg back, open the hip, reach the leg around and back through center. Really engage your whole core to keep your body balanced on your sideline. Last one. And then the arm goes forward at the top leg goes back. Stretch through your fingers and your toes. Kick the leg forward to your hand. Feel that stretch. Fold the knee into your chest. Heel to butt. Swing the knee back. And then release arm and leg on the diagonal. Go long here. And then again, you leave the sits bone back. So you're not rounding your back. And then you pull the knee in tight. Hand to the foot as you pull the heel to the sits bone. Draw the knee back. Quad stretch. And then lengthen out on your diagonal. One more. In this direction, then we reverse. Pull it in, squash the leg, squash your chest, take it back, open the quad, and then release, counterbalance with the arm and the leg. Now lift the arm up, bend the knee, collect your foot, push the knee back, heel to the sits bone, pull the knee forward and in, compress it, extend it, and then release it. Again, arm goes up as you fold the leg back. You hold onto the foot, you pull the knee into your chest, squeeze it in, stretch it out, release and lengthen it. One last one. Shoulder stays down as you lift the arm in a beautiful arc. Pull it into your body, hold it tight, extend it out, and then reach, lengthen, figure 4. The top leg comes up, you press it down by the upper thigh of the bottom leg, and we lift the bottom leg up and we press it down. I'm using my forearm to try to push the upper thigh, the upper leg's thigh away from me. And then lift the leg, hold it there, circle around it up 1 and 2 and 3, bring it up, reverse the circles, 1 and 2 and 3, bring it up and lower it down. Straighten the legs out, you can swing them back so they're a little more vertical in line with your spine. Lay yourself down, arms overhead for the bigger challenge, hand in front for a little easier time. We're going to lift the bottom leg up and then the top leg up, pull the bottom leg to it, and lower the bottom leg. So we press the bottom arm into the ground to help us with this. You feel you have to actively use your core to pick up that bottom leg. It's not just the inner thigh. And then lift that leg, hold it there, and the bottom leg supports the top one down and gives it a lift up and gives it a ride to the ground and then lifts it again. Feel this, you'll feel this in your lower oblique abdominals maybe. Just have to remember that where I feel isn't necessarily where you'll feel it. And then take it up and do your little walks. And then your giant gliding strides. Legs together, lift them, lower them down. All right, and we roll over onto your back now for teaser. So here, just stretch your body out for a second, and we can fold the knees in, bring the legs up on a diagonal, the arms at your sides, scoop the arms forward. You're gonna bring the torso up towards your legs, and then release the spine down. If you need to, you bend your knees, or otherwise you hold the legs in the air. And then we come up again. You can slide your hands up the back of your legs to lift. You can also use a TheraBand on your feet for this. And you bring your torso down again. One more to come up. From here, lower the legs a little, lift them. Legs lower and then lift. One more, down and then up. And then full teaser out. Push the legs away, roll to the ground, and we lift to come up. And then all the way down. And lift coming up here. Circle the arms around. Rest on your elbows. Let's lift the legs up for hip circles. Circling the legs to your right, around to the left. Bring the legs up to the top and then go left. Exhale, around to the right. Bend your knees if you need to, and circle again. Once more, left to right. Complete that circle, bend your knees in, and we stretch the legs out and flip over onto your stomach. Swimming is next.
Nice to see you. I have another meeting at 1.
Okay,
Take care.
All right, so we're almost done anyway, so hang in there if you can. So we're gonna pull the right arm and the left leg up and then lower them down, and then the left arm and the right leg lift and lower them down. Do one more set like this. We're going to strengthen the back of the body and then everything up. Kick the arms and kick the legs. Gaze up and the chest forward. Stretch everything out, lower it down, and then back into your child's pose. Stack your spine from the bottom to the top. And there's still actually a lot more in this advanced series. So we're going to just end with SEAL today. And then probably next week into some of the other advanced exercises. And probably workshop some of them on the sideline. So anyway, for right now, taking your hands in prayer between your legs, wrap your hands around your ankles, and then rock back to balance on your sacrum. Open and close the legs to clap here 3 times. 1, 2, and 3. Look at your abs, roll back to your shoulder blades, foot in the air to clap, and forward to clap again. We're trying to get to the point where we can balance on the scapula, lift, and clap 3 times with the hips in the air. The hard part about that is keeping the head off the ground, right? So we roll back, energy up, and then back to your balance point to clap. One more time. Yeah. Usually they get better as you go through this. All right, my darlings, we are good for today. If anyone has any questions or wants to ask me anything, just hang out.